What's going on, everybody? My name's Brian and welcome to my channel. Today we're joined with Dan from Mac Tools, or a Mac Tool. Want to introduce yourself a little bit?
My name is Dan Steyer and I am part of the design team that brought RBRT, rounded bolt removal technology, to Mac Tools. And what we're going to do here today, thanks to Brian having me come on his channel, is to do a little bit of demonstration with our demo blocks, give you a hands-on idea how the stuff works, show you some different sets that we have available, and just show you that this is now the newest, latest, and greatest innovation in bit socket technology that's come along in a long time. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started.
Okay, I mean, it's pretty important if you work on cars. I mean, it's very important to have these Hex Head. I used to call them extractors, but we was talking before, and now he said that these are actually not the extractors that I did in my video where I showed how to remove a stripped Allen head bolt. And they're not extractors. These are everyday tools that you use to prevent yourself from stripping it out, or if it is stripped a little bit, you don't want to go to a straight Allen head socket and strip it out, then have to go to this. So definitely keep that in mind. I didn't know that, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. But what we're going to do is, he said he has a little demo block, and we're going to try to see how these things work if you're unfamiliar with it. Now, these are available on Mac Tools trucks, but you can also order these online if you don't have access to a tool truck. So keep that in mind. These are pretty important to have, in my opinion. I think everyone should own a set of these. So let's go ahead and you can show us what you got.
Awesome. Let's get down to the demo block.
All right. So before we do this, you're going to go ahead and introduce us to a few of these sets real quick.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll have a look at what we're going to demo, and I'll show you the corresponding set that goes with that. So what we have here, the first thing we're going to demo is our new Hex Head. There's a larger size so that you can get a real good look at what our design looks like. It's got some interesting relief cuts in it that allows the pressure to be pulled inward rather than pushing to the outside corner. See, when you put a Hex Head tool into a Hex Head fastener and you apply torque, it pushes to the outside corners, effectively stretching the inside of the bolt, and that's why they round out. With my new design, those relief cuts go into the corners and it pulls that pressure inward. So the point is that you're not going to strip one to begin with. As we said earlier, these are not extractors. These are made to be used the first time, every time. Reach for them so that you don't strip a fastener to begin with. However, we have, because of that design, some excellent results at taking out compromised fasteners. The way this grips, it engages the fastener in a completely new way. So something new, something innovative, the newest, latest, greatest technology. So that's the Hex.
All right.
All right. So what we're going to do, Brian, is we're going to go ahead and get the demo block.
All right.
And in the demo block, we'll show that one of the screws is a good screw, and the other one has been punch rounded out somewhere in the mid to high 90% range. Okay. I'm going to give you a competitor Hex Head and show you that when you put it into the good one, it fits like it should because that screw's in fine shape. Okay, and it's nice and snug. Now put it into the compromised one right next to it right there and give it a couple of spins, and you can see that pressure goes to the outside corners, and that's what we get. It rounds out the bolt. And you can go back the other way and just show that is definitely a stripped out bolt. So now I'm going to hand you the RBRT bit, and I want you to put it into the good one first. And so when you put it into the good one, you'll notice that those relief cuts bite into those corners, and it gives you a really nice tight fit. It engages that fastener, gives you a really positive engagement, right?
Yeah.
Now put her into the compromised one, and go ahead and crack that bad boy loose. And you'll see the competitor tool had no chance of getting that out. This thing bites in and engages that fastener in a whole new way, and you're able to turn out compromised fasteners. So what we've done is we've created the newest generation of bit socket technology with the RBRT. Reach them first time, every time. Don't strip them to begin with, but when you come across those compromised ones, now it's really important that I note that when you're dealing with the compromised fastener, sometimes that metal's moved around in that fastener pretty good. It's pretty compromised. So you take a little hammer and just give it a little tap. You got to make sure you bottom these out. If you only get it in halfway or you get it in crooked, it can't engage the fastener properly and it can chew it out. So make sure you get it down to the bottom of that fastener and then you're able to positively engage it, crag it loose.
All right, good tip.
All right, and that is the 14-piece mid-length set. That is our most popular set. It's what we started with. It's how we launched it.
Yeah, this is the set that I actually own that I featured in my video.
Right. So that's our 14-piece set. Now the next one we're going to do is our new Torx bit. Okay, and this is our 13-piece Torx bit set from T8 to T60 in the short chrome, modeled after every other set that's on the market, very similar, and a nice blow molded case. And I'll tell you this right now is with our blow molded cases, the carbon fiber tray actually lifts right out and you can put that right into your cart or your toolbox, use the case for something else, but nice way to save some space, or you can just leave it in there, of course.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and demo the new Torx bit.
Okay.
All right. So in the demo block, once again, we've got a competitor Torx there, and it fits like it should because that Torx bit is in fine shape, right?
Yep.
Snaps them loose. Now go ahead and put it into the compromised one and try to loosen that off. And that's dug all the way down the bottom of that fastener, and it is not coming out of there. So the difference between a hex and a Torx is kind of neat. When a hex head strips, it pushes to the corners. When a Torx bit slips, it actually cams out, it clicks out of the fastener, and as it clicks out, it removes the material. You can see the metal around the top of that bolt, how it had dug it up. So our Torx design, if you have a look, I have another ratchet there, so if you have a look at our Torx design, you can see the little hooks that are machined into the corners. And what that does is as you engage the bottom of the fastener, those little hooks dig in and it stops it from camming out of the fastener, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and hand you our new RBRT Torx and put it into the good one, and it gives you a really nice, tight, positive lock into a good fastener, right?
Yeah.
No slop, real nice, tight fit. Go ahead and put her into the compromised one. We saw the competitor tool just slip over. Make sure you're in there right.
There it is, she's loose.
And crack them loose and tighten them back down again. So that is the new RBRT Torx, right? Excellent new technology.
Yeah, definitely.
Truly
I mean,
is.
like I said, I'm definitely impressed with these tools. I think it's something, like I said, I think anyone, especially if you're a mechanic or even a DIY guy, you know, it would not hurt to own a set of these. But if you're a mechanic, definitely you should have a set of these.
These are the go-to set. So the next one we're going to do is our new Torx Plus. That's the good one there, and that's the damaged one, and there's our competitor tool.
All right.
Put it into the... Now the Torx Plus head is a little bit different. It's not a sharp star like a regular Torx. They're machined and they're kind of squared off, so they don't slip as much. That's the whole point. But when you do come across one that's been damaged, that's that one right there. Go ahead and put it in there and see if you can get that thing to loosen up.
Oh no.
And it just spins in the fastener.
Yeah.
Now, when that fastener's compromised, you can see how those things just chew the center of that out, right? So here is our new RBRT Torx Plus. Really great design. Put it into the good one once again, and you'll see it gives you a nice, positive, tight fit. You can use them as an everyday tool. It's the next generation. Now go ahead and put it into that and make sure you get it in there right and crack it loose and take it out. It just strips.
Yeah.
Nothing like it on the planet.
No, well, I think I just broke your case.
That's okay.
Oh, man.
That just goes to show how much torque you can put on these bad boys. Crack my demo block. That's all right. So that's our new Torx Plus. And then we're going to go ahead and have a look at our new triple square. Now the triple square set is right here. Once again in the nice blow molded case. And it goes from M4 to M18, so you get it just like the regular sets that are out there on the market today. Okay, and I've got a competitor tool here, and the triple square, that's the good one right there. Fits like it should, right? Go ahead and put her into that one right there, and try to get her loosened out.
No.
And it's just stripping over.
Yeah.
Now the thing about the 12-point triple square is that when these bad boys strip over, it really damages the fastener. It moves that 12 point around the metal inside the cavity. So it is imperative that you take a hammer and you tap down our tool and make sure you get it into the bottom of the fastener, but go ahead and put it into the good one. Gives you a nice tight fit, good snug engagement.
Yeah.
Now put her into the damaged one there, Brian, and yep, that one right there. Make sure it gets into the bottom of that fastener, wiggle, oh, now you're in, and it'll crack them loose and take them right out.
Yeah, without a problem.
This is the newest, latest, greatest technology. So the last one we're gonna do today is our new ball hex, okay?
Okay.
And this is the set. It's modeled after the other set. It's the same length, same sizes, 1/8 to 3/8 and 4mm to 10mm. Now it's important that I tell you that although it is part of the RBRT family, the ball hex are not designed to take out super compromised fasteners, and here's why. When you put our RBRT hex into a good fastener, you can see how those relief cuts bite down into the corners, even cranked at 30 degrees. So you put some torque on it and it just locks it into the fastener. Because what will happen with a ball is when you're cranked over 30 degrees and you can put torque on it, they'll pop out. And as they pop out, they strip.
Yeah.
So our RBRT design prevents that in a good fastener. But when you have it in a compromised fastener and you crank it over 30 degrees, you've lessened your contact surface. They just can't grip it.
Right.
So will it take out a somewhat compromised fastener? Absolutely. But they shine. When you don't have a straight shot and you need a little bit of wobble, those RBRT designs just lock into the corners. You can feel it. Go ahead and try it. And you can feel how well that bad boy just locks in there.
Yeah, that's locked.
And then, but is it, you can feel it. It will grab, but I mean, it's all subjective. This is a high 90%, but I wouldn't trust that because there's almost no contact surface, right? But if you don't have a straight shot, I believe our ball hex is definitely one of the best on the planet. Have a look at that head. It's really interesting. And it just locks in there. Marine boat guys, Harley Davidson or bike guys, absolute must to have the ball sockets. So that is our RBRT ball. Once again, not designed to take out super compromised fasteners. It's all subjective, but if you come across one that's in reasonably good shape, it'll grab it. Notice,
like with all the other ones, if you use it on a regular non-tore out fastener, then it's going to remove it better than a normal just ball hex.
Absolutely, because it stops, those RBRTs lock in and stops it from popping out and keeps it locked down in that fastener so it doesn't strip it to begin with. So that's our bit socket stuff. Now, we also do all of our designs in an impact version. So I brought a set of the hex. These are the 3/8 hex impacts, standard and metric, from 1/8 to 3/8 and from 4 to 12. And these are designed in such a way that they're not quite as aggressive as the chrome ones, okay? The chrome ones, you don't want to put a chrome one on an impact because they're so aggressive that when you hit it with the thumb, it can chew. The impact ones are slightly less aggressive, and they're hardened in a way that they give you a little bit of give, so when you hit it with the thump of an impact gun, it won't chew the tool, the fastener out, but you can use them on, use them in an impact situation, and a technician will know which one's appropriate.
Right.
Just got to remember that chrome is for the incremental increase in torque with a ratchet, and the impact ones are for the thump of an impact gun. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between, and all of our sets are available in both chrome and in impact. In a lot of cases, we have them in short and long. There's a myriad of ways to buy RBRT technology. MacTools.com or on the MacTools truck.
Okay.
So that's our bit sockets right there.
Okay, so we did the whole bit socket set, and we talked about how these are not extractors, that they're made for just somewhat can remove something that's stripped out. But you actually do have something that, if these won't work, to be able to extract a stripped Allen head.
Or actually, these are designed to extract anything. If you break a bolt, if you snap the head off a bolt and you have to drill a hole, so we'll go ahead and get into our extractor phase of our demonstration. Okay, and what we have here, this is our 7-piece set. We grab the big one out of there so you can see it. That is our broken bolt extractor. So regardless of what the fastener is, if our hex bits or our Torx bits will no longer grab what you're trying to grab if it's just so compromised it's not coming out, or you simply snap the head off a bolt, okay, and you need to drill a hole, that's where these extractors come into place. So what we've done is we've kind of created a system, a family. You reach for the RBRT first. If it's so compromised that that's not going to work, you reach for your extractors and you go for that.
Okay, so these are like, that would be similar to something like this.
Same idea.
And you can drill a hole and insert these, but if you needed to drill a hole, you could also insert those, and those will remove just like these do.
Correct. You could call these an easy out if you like.
Right.
That's exactly what the design of them. That's what they're for. And I'm glad you brought that up. I brought with me one of these tapered extractors that are pretty popular on the market today, and I'll tell you the difference between mine and theirs. So what we have is when we snap the head off a bolt and we drill a hole and we bang in a tapered extractor, you only get bite at the top leading edge. The part in the bottom of the hole's not even grabbing the hole, right? And then when you bang it in and you apply torque, because of the ways these are designed, they act kind of like a hex. They fight against it. They spread to the outside corners as you put torque, effectively wedging and trying to fight against the thread to get it out, to dig it out, right?
Yeah.
So with my head design, you'll notice that it's a square cut, okay? So when you drill a hole and you bang mine in, you get bite all the way around and all the way down.
Yeah.
Okay, all the way through. Full penetration. And then you can see that the head, the teeth are swept to the left. So that when you drill and you bang it in and you apply torque, it pulls that pressure inward rather than pushing to the outside corners. It's a much more efficient way to extract a threaded piece of metal. Okay?
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set up our demo here with the vise. And I've got the cap screws are easiest for me to use because I can bang things into them without too much hassle. But let's say, for the sake of argument, that we've snapped the head off a bolt and we've drilled a hole. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I use a number 5 in this example, but the sets come from number 1 to number 7, and there's a drill bit index that takes the guesswork out of what drill bit to use. Just follow that size drill bit with that size extractor, you can't go wrong.
Nice.
Okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to beat our extractor into this hole.
Okay.
We got a nice big hammer to do that, so we'll go ahead. All right. Now, Brian, you'll agree with me, I hope, that the extractor only has one job, and that's to bite.
You're right.
The better the bite, the better your chances of getting it out, right? That's the only job they have. So now what I want to do to illustrate what kind of a bite my extractor has, I believe it's the best one on the planet, take a ratchet, and in the tightening position, I want you to tighten down on that.
All right.
To show just what kind of a bite. Let me get a nice tight grip on that. Go ahead and put some torque on that, and you can see it's spinning in the vise. That thing's not letting go.
No, it's not.
All right, that is one of the best bites on the planet for an extractor. And if you think about it, you're going in the tightening position, which is working against the head design.
Right.
So as you loosen with it, it actually grips in there even a little better. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I do understand.
So let's say, for the sake of argument, that we're working our bolt out and we've cracked it loose, and in a good world, out comes the metal, right?
Right.
So now the next job, and you can see how he turned that in the vise. The next hurdle that we're going to face is trying to separate these two pieces of metal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you go back to the vise and try to beat it off, right? So what my foreign object removal sleeve does is it spins down like that.
Ah.
Grab that pair of pliers and just grab it at the bolster right there. Got it?
Yep.
And I will take my ratchet and we'll work together.
Ah.
And it just pushes it right off the edge. Pop, just like that.
That's amazing.
And if you have a look at it, there's no damage to the head whatsoever because it was pushed off nice and clean, and you can reuse them over and over and over again. There's no damage whatsoever.
Are these a lifetime warranty under Mac Tools?
They absolutely are a lifetime warranty. So should you need to replace it, you just take it back to your Mac guy. If you should, I get about 20 extractions out of one before it gets so it gets so snotted up, needs to be replaced. Just hand it in. We'll give you a new one. And just remember that this is S2 hardened steel. So sometimes it's not coming out. maybe with heat cycles, you know,
Right.
100,000 times, that thing's welded in there so badly that it's not going to be unthreaded. So I'm going to show you that this little sleeve has a couple of other functions besides just what we saw.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say we've drilled our hole, and I'm going to bang back into this. Now it's all about the bite, right?
Right.
Put some pressure on that in the tightening position so you can see it bites in just as well the second time in the same hole as it did the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's not going anywhere.
No.
That thing's in there. So let's say that we've gone ahead and we've drilled our hole, we've banged our extractor in, we're working it back and forth, and it won't come out. The next thing we do is grab the torch. We're going to try to heat it up, right? Well, you
Right.
don't want to heat up your tool because you're going to damage that tool if you put the naked flame to it.
Right.
So that little sleeve allows us to spin down, grab a wrench, and you can pull it straight up out of the hole. So now you're not going to damage your tool, and you can heat up your metal.
Yeah.
Give it a couple of seconds to cool off. Bang that back down in there. Now that's the third time that we've gone into that hole. Tighten down on that. Third time in, and it's just as well. Bites in just as good. It's not going anywhere,
not going
right?
Anywhere.
So it really is all about the bite when you're talking about extracting threaded metal. So now at this point, we're working it back and forth. We've heated it up. It's not coming out. Sometimes you got to drill and tap. That's life. You know,
Yeah.
working on cars, sometimes it won't come out. So then again, don't worry. Just take that threaded sleeve and spin it down. You can pull it right back out of there, and if you need to drill and tap it, you can go ahead and drill and tap it and go on. You're not going to damage your tool.
That's nice. I gotta say, that's definitely very smart.
That is the best extractor on the planet. Now, keep in mind that they are S2 hardened steel. They have a stress point. If you put too much on it, you're going to snap it. And that is where experience comes into play.
Yeah.
Knowing how to extract a piece of metal. It's not just drill a hole and bang it in. You got to know what you're doing,
Yeah,
right? We
you're
agree?
right, yeah.
So if it comes to the point that it won't take it out, or you feel like you're putting too much pressure in it, just pop it out. Go on about drilling and tapping the hole, and you won't damage your tool. But that is our FOR extractor. And I brought another couple of sets here to show. This is the same extractor set without the sleeve. So sometimes that sleeve can be a problem. It'll get in the way. So if you need to get down into a hole without the sleeve, same great head design, same great bite, right?
Yeah.
But without the sleeve.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have our 4-piece set that are long. A little bit beefier. That's the
Yeah.
4-piece set. Same great head design. So like if you're doing bench work on a transmission, or you got to get down, say you snapped a bolt off and the unthreaded part comes out and the threaded part's still down in there,
Yeah.
that's where these come in real handy.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And all of these are completely lifetime guaranteed. So if you should have a problem, hand them in, we'll give you a new one. And that is our broken bolt extractors. Foreign object removal technology, non-foreign object, and long. And there you go. Best extractors on the planet. What do you think?
Well, there you see it. I mean, I honestly, like I said, I have used this set. These other sets, particularly this extractor set, is new to me. And I got to say that these extractors are really nice, man. Lifetime warranty. I think this whole line is really nice. I think you guys did a great job, man. And
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming down and letting us all know. If you guys have any questions or anything that I don't know or he may know, then leave it down in the comments. I'll try to find out, because
Absolutely.
I can't stay in contact with Dan, and if anything were to come up where I need to ask him anything, then I can easily just message him and find
Absolutely.
out. So
Absolutely.
is there anything else that you haven't said, or anything else that you want to let these guys know before we end this video?
I think I should just reiterate that there was a lot of misunderstanding about our tool line when we first launched them. They are not extractors. That's the extractor. These are to be used the first time. They are your go-to tools. You want to use them and prevent stripping. However you come across a compromised fastener, they will absolutely dig them out. They bite better than any other fastener, any other set of bits on the planet. And they're all completely lifetime guaranteed and Mac Tools exclusive, available on the trucks or MacTools.com. They make it really easy for you online if you don't have a Mac, guys. So don't be as scared of that.
And also, I mean, if you're in your neighborhood and you ever see a Mac Tools truck driving around, flag them down. They'll sell you some tools. They got no problem with it. Trust
Absolutely.
me, I've done it many times in my life. So like I said, man, I'm really impressed, and I really appreciate you stopping by. And
sir, thank you.
You guys, if you don't own these sets, if you don't own these or know about these, definitely look into it. No matter what you do, DIY, especially mechanics. Appreciate y'all. Till next time, stay real.
Thank you.